Let's get educated. That's why we're here, to bring you the stories impacting K-12 classrooms and college campuses. It's time for a little education.
Well, welcome, you, me, and everyone else, including David Fiorazo. I'm Katie Patrick. He's David Fiorazo.
Hi, that's right. We're back. Here we go.
We are always here for you. Now, we have a Massachusetts school system that it's looking to eliminate algebra courses. You know, that math stuff. And it's because enrollment is just leaning in one direction, and they're not happy about it. I wonder who it's leaning towards and who it's leaning away from.
Okay.
Give me the math.
I think diversity might play into this again. We've been using this word a lot. Katie, remember The Princess Bride? I'm gonna insert a different word. Diversity. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. Inconceivable. So algebra, since 2017, Cambridge Public Schools have been slowly moving away from placing middle school students into the grade level or accelerated math classes, since they've been filled with Black and Hispanic students, while accelerated courses had mostly the white or Asian students. And that doesn't meet diversity and equity standards. So a school district in Massachusetts, they've been slowly phasing Algebra 1 out of middle school curriculum for that reason, because the advanced math classes, Katie, were predominantly taken by white and Asian students. So is this diversity, equity, inclusion, whatever else, or is this somehow reverse racism, or there's no such thing as reverse racism? It's just kind of racism.
Yep. It's just if we can't have everyone achieve, no one achieves. And that's where we've decided to go. We go to equity. We don't go to equality. We'd rather be a bunch of racists than actually.
What's the equity focus there? The math vision statement. Can you share that with us, please?
It is a math vision statement, equity focus. Create equitable mathematics communities that engage all students in making sense of challenging mathematics. Provide all students with access to challenging curriculum and empower students to participate meaningfully in mathematics discourse.
So math is it's got to be it's not just black and white. It's not just male or female. It's not just 2 + 2 = 4 anymore. That's not diverse or equitable enough or inclusive. And I just don't understand this, Katie.
Yeah,
help me.
help all of us, and especially help our children who are not going to be able to do anything complex and just engage in critical thinking. Because guess what happens when you go to math classes, or what should happen is, yes, it's challenging. Can we put that statement back up so I use the terminology they like?
Okay.
Math is challenging, and it does engage students in trying to make sense of these challenging problems. Now, it's the providing all students with this access. All students do have access
to math,
but if they choose to perform at a level to keep them moving forward in it.
So it's their choice?
There is choice that is made.
To work harder and learn?
Yes, we have made math so dumb.
Wait, math is not dumb.
We've made math
so dumb. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Math is dumb. No, I'm kidding.
Dumb.
That's coming from
Katie. We've made it that way.
We've dumbed it down, is what you're saying.
We've dumbed it down. Yes, math is dumb. We've dumbed it down so much that our students, and it's going to be all students, can't do even basic level Algebra 1. And every student can have access to that if the teachers choose to teach the math. Students can get help from the teachers.
Yes.
Yes, I understand there are a lot of students out there who are like, I'm not good in math.
Well, I had to get a tutor when I was in junior high school.
But you took that and you got a tutor.
My parents helped me. I got the tutor, and I actually did well.
And there's a lot of math interventionists right there in those public school systems. I know that there are reading interventionists, there are math interventionists. That's what we should pay money for, not the diversity, inclusivity, and equity people.
DEI.
Get the people who can teach the content. So, Algebra 1, let's take a look at the chart that they actually have. All right, so at Cambridge Public School, the middle schoolers completing the Algebra 1.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you look across the percent of those placing out of Algebra 1, right, like doing well, they had done so well up there in the 2020-2021 school year, and then it dipped down. What happened during that time period? Was there anything happening in
Between
2020,
when?
2021, and then just why did it crash in 2021-22? Because in the last 2 years, the incoming students who are coming from the other schools are placing out much better than what they're getting from their district.
So other students.
It's the other students, the ones who are actually taught things. I tell you.
So that's what happened.
Our kids need to be taught math. But no, we're just going to leave it to AI at this point.
Well, we need to read a statement from Cambridge Public Schools. They say this: Cambridge Public Schools is deeply committed to providing a high-quality, rigorous learning experience for all of our students, while also placing a strong focus on addressing the academic achievement and opportunity gaps in our community. The statement said, "We are in the process of developing an equitable plan with great thought and intentionality that establishes a level of mathematics literacy required for full participation and access to opportunities." Katie, right now, math does not allow the full participation and access to opportunities to everybody. And it's not good for all people, all students.
That's correct. Now, finish what that email says of what they're doing next year.
Go ahead.
3 of the 7 units covered in Algebra 1 will be added to the 8th grade curriculum next year. 3 of the 7. And they're not non-sequential, I'm guessing.
3 of the 7.
Only 3 of the 7. Because, we can't teach all 7 because it's just not equitable. So we're just going to teach 3 instead. I can't.
Okay, statement from former principal. And this is Manuel Fernandez. And he said, over time, you end up with lower-level math courses filled with Black and Latino children and high-level math classes with white and Asian children. Students internalize it. They believe the smart kids are the white kids. Our staff said we cannot continue to divide our students this way.
Yeah, they don't know that. That's what the internalizing of it. They are projecting that onto the students.
Good point.
How about you be the teacher and make it so they don't think they need to internalize that? That's on you to do that, teacher.
Ooh, good point. We need to end on Katie's good point. Still to come, the Los Angeles School District is in hot water after it was discovered that a special Black student achievement plan has been created with perks only for Black students. We're discussing that next.
Hell, we have some more racism for student achievement. The Parents Defending Education, it's a parental rights organization. We've talked many times on this show before. They filed a civil rights complaint last week to the Department of Education Office of Civil Rights against California's largest school district, Los Angeles Unified School District, as always. And they filed it because of its Black Student Achievement Plan.
Okay.
That sounds like it's going to be a doozy.
Yeah.
Allegedly, it discriminates against students on the basis of race. Really? Because it's called the Black Student Achievement Plan. They probably should have named it something different to try and hide the ball a little bit.
I don't mind Black students achieving.
No,
they should have a plan. But all students should have a plan.
Student Achievement Plan.
Student Achievement Plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, anyway, the complaint, which was obtained by the Daily Caller News Foundation, named the LA Unified School District for allegedly engaging in race-based discrimination through a program designed to directly respond to the unique needs of Black students. Unique needs. Now, the Black Student Achievement Plan allocates resources such as school grants and historically Black colleges and universities tours within the district through a race-based tiered system.
What?
Just according to the complaint. This is all written there. Now, Caroline Moore, the vice president of the Parents Defending Education, said that this district has a race-based tier system of programming that caters to students of certain races, but it discriminates against others.
Okay,
upon enrollment in this district, 2 students of different races would be offered entirely different courses solely based on their race. That's where the racism is. Now, not only is this discriminatory and illegal, it's inherently un-American, and no student in this country should face limited course options because of his or her skin color.
No student.
Fact check true. But this is what LA's like. Step ahead, brown skin. Okay, here's your plan. Here are the courses you can take and be in the organizations here. And whitey, okay, well, here's your plan. Like,
what if you're Asian or Hawaiian?
What if you identify as?
Yeah.
What if your name is Rachel Dolezal? Okay. According to the complaint, during the 2020-2021 school year, which was a doozy of a year,
COVID.
Under its Black Student Achievement Plan, the district offered resources and benefits exclusively to students of color, according to the complaint. Now, students of color were given resources such as Black Cultural Arts Passport, as well as an exclusive STEM makerspace labs, and parent workshops and community fairs. Now, students of color are also given resources such as restorative justice teachers, secondary counselors, and Black student union grants. So again, you come into the school, they look at you based on the color of your skin, and you get a very basket full of options compared to what someone with a different skin tone has. That is not right. But it's LA school district, so they can do whatever they want, David.
Well, they can, and a lot of school districts are doing whatever they want when it comes to this because they use these words. You're not going to stop hearing, first of all, political correctness, but equitable. What is equitable? What is they're promoting diversity and of course inclusion. But the way they tout it, you've got to exclude a certain type of student or a certain race or whatever. You've got to exclude people to live up to their idea of inclusivity.
Yeah, and as long as you are for a specific race, it's totally okay and encouraged to exclude so you can include. Word. That's what they do. That's the song and dance that they come up with.
But Katie, they are trying to build partnerships within the community, and they're addressing the need for a culturally responsive curriculum. You're against a culturally responsive curriculum?
If it's culturally responsive to only one certain group, yep, I am. Yeah. That's how I roll. And you can be mad all you want. Now, coming up, we have a pro-life organization that has released a hysterical satire video following the anniversary of Roe v. Wade being overturned by the United States Supreme Court. And we're going to show you the video next, so stick around.
Today's show is sponsored by our friends at MyPillow. Save up to 66% on pristine quality bedding, towels, slippers, signature pillows, and much more when you use the code EDUCATED. That's EDUCATED, educated. Support this show and a great American company.
Let's all have a funny. I think we deserve a good funny. Ha ha, David.
Yes.
We have a pro-life organization, Live Action. If you haven't heard of them, you should have. We're going to find out about them in a moment. They have released a ha-ha funny video that is mocking the left's meltdown since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, which should have never been. They overturned it last year. And
I liked those words, by the way, mocking the left's meltdown.
Again,
I like
that big book you keep talking about. Yeah. Does it say something about mocking?
Well, yeah, but it says that the mockers will come and mock God and the Bible and truth. So the mockers are the ones that this is a different where they're mocking the left's meltdown, whereas biblically they will mock the existence of God, they will mock God's word, and they will mock God's people.
Yeah. So we need to follow. Actually,
we can do a little bit of mocking ourselves.
We're gonna mock on.
Mock on, Katie.
So one way to commemorate Roe v. Wade overturn is what they produced.
It's been one whole year since Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Which means they've been making abortion illegal all over the place.
So these are dark times.
Because now that Roe v. Wade is overturned, a woman can get pregnant just from having sex.
Oh.
I find myself in this really bizarre state where I'm asking guys about things like their values and trustworthiness before sleeping with them.
Before a girl will have sex with me now, she's asking me all these dumb questions like, do you love me? And what happens if I get pregnant? And do you have a job? Like, I don't know.
Abortion being illegal where I live has definitely raised the bar for which men I'll date and have sex with. And that's a terrible thing.
It's like the government is making me responsible for a bunch of stuff I shouldn't be responsible for, like my sex life and my children.
Why would I ever want to bring a child into a world like this? A world in which it's illegal to kill children.
I live in constant fear of a baby somehow finding its way into my uterus.
So these are dark times.
Dark times.
Dark times.
The overturning of Roe v. Wade did this to me. The Supreme Court of the United States put this inside of my body.
I mean,
yeah, the classic line was, why would I want to bring a child into a world where it is illegal to kill babies? That
okay,
was classic.
David, the
Yes.
actor
Yes.
on set. Who had the best, in your opinion, best like composure?
They were in character?
Yeah, who is the best actor?
I don't know. I think they all did a pretty decent job.
Okay, you have to pick one
I'm
to
not
make
gonna
it
pick
fun.
one, no.
I'm going
I
to
like
pick
them
one.
all.
I think that guy on the left there, that was so good.
Yeah.
I think he would.
Well, he was
maybe he
one
had
that-
some good lines. Maybe
Yeah.
that's it. But
Yeah, sometimes it's the whoever gets the best
I mean,
lines.
she's asking me, "Do you have a job?" I don't know.
Do
That's a
you
good-
love me? Do you have a job? What?
See, now, the fact that we like have to have
laugh
this,
at
or
this,
well,
yeah.
yeah, we should be able to laugh at this, but at the same time, the fact that we are laughing at it is kind of like a
It's a reflection of our culture today.
Yes.
And Katie, what would our great grandparents think?
that is true. Our
Yeah.
great
That we're having this conversation. First of all, our great grandparents would say, "What are you guys doing, killing babies until from 1973 until 2022?"
Well, but David, they overturned precedent. That's the argument. They overturned Roe v. Wade. That was precedent. I'm like,
it was.
what happened the year before Roe v. Wade was overturned, and all the years prior to that? Was that not precedent that you? No.
Ooh, good question.
I just wonder.
Good question, Katie.
I don't think you know what precedent is,
They
actually.
keep using that word. I do not think it means what they think it means. Precedent. Yeah, our president,
Inconceivable.
our president in the White House doesn't know what he's doing.
Inconceivable. And now that they are conceiving the babies and they're not being murdered, these are things you need to think about, everybody.
Yeah.
But these are the funnies that we enjoy having. And I mean, there's been a lot of talk with. Actually, there hasn't been as much as I thought with the anniversary of the overturning of the Roe v. Wade. But the fact that we had to have the left win a little bit crazy, being like, it's been a year since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and they have to like stir up the pot.
Let's just be clear here that they knew most of on the left, the politicians, the activists, the baby killers, most of them knew what was going to happen or what was going, even the leaked documents from the school.
Yep.
So they knew they were already getting their ducks in a row. They were already getting legislation. They were already working because they knew.
Yep.
So they knew we're going to battle this at the state. We're going to change laws. We're going to go and we're going to rally here, pour money into these commercials. They knew. So that's why the reaction wasn't as,
doing that, yeah.
wasn't as
but they did
outlandish.
initially bring dramatics. They did.
Well, there's always
they
drama.
always have their dramatics.
Yeah.
But just in case, I mean, I'm sure our audience, you are very educated because you watch Educated and you are just smart people. But just to be clear, the overturning of Roe v. Wade is talking about at the federal level. There are still states which abortion is being done. So some people still, because in the media, and that's how they present it, we just want to make absolutely clear. It's the federal government getting out of the way of deciding if babies can live or die. And so it's still at the state's level.
rights.
States' rights.
Yeah.
In the opinion, it says a constitution does not prohibit the citizens of each state from regulating or prohibiting abortion. Roe and Casey arrogated that authority. We now overrule those decisions and return that authority to the people and their elected representatives. So there's still always work to be done at your state level. But
local.
Not loco.
Local level.
Local.
Not local.
There's a difference. All right, well, we've got our latest Babylon Bee headlines coming right up next, so stay right there.
If you have a smartphone, tablet, Roku, or Apple TV, consider downloading the Freedom Project Media app. It's 100% free and includes all of our weekly shows, plus lecture series, archive programs, and award-winning animated videos for families like the Presidential Minute, Battles of America, and Heroes of the West. Don't rely on the social media giants to keep you informed. Simply download the Freedom Project Media app from your app store and allow notifications. And we'll let you know when a new video is ready.
All right, friends, before we wrap up this show for the day, let's take a look at everyone's favorite satire site, the Babylon Bee.
Here are this week's top 5 Babylon Bee headlines.
We, as always, have picked our favorites, our favorite headlines, and Katie has not seen them, as always, and now we will decide which one should be named Queen of the Hive. Let's start with this one. D.C. residents concerned crack house on Pennsylvania Avenue will drag down housing market. Next, Secret Service unable to identify a suspect in case of Ronald McDonald's missing hamburgers. Next, Secret Service says they may never know who ate half a box of crayons in the Oval Office. Next, Hollywood strike enters third month of proving world doesn't need Hollywood. And finally, Snow White producers circumvent actors' strike by casting 7 random hobos from San Francisco.
Oh my goodness. They're very pop cultural.
Yeah,
well,
there
I
are
guess
a
when you
couple
bring
really
the
good
drugs
ones.
in, even though it is politics. But
Do you have a favorito?
I mean, the initial one, the first one was good, but the last one at the same time, I mean, it's the crack house. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Snow White, producer circumventing actors strike by casting 7 random hobos from San Francisco, because that just ties in like what's happening in our cities and like politics and just actual everyday living with the nonsense that is Hollywood and the silliness of corporate America. So I find it's a good combination of all things. What do you think?
So you're going with Snow Brown.
I'm going to go with Snow
White.
Snow Brown.
So I'm going with Hollywood entering their third month of proving the world doesn't need Hollywood. I think of those meaningless award shows that are every year the ratings, they tank and they get worse and worse because people go, well, they don't care what we think. They're patting themselves on the back. A lot of them are narcissists, not all.
But many.
But yeah, many. And it's all about
You've
them.
been around them. You know
them.
probably the best. So.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. But yeah, so we don't need.
But what about that crack cocaine?
Yeah.
The White House.
Yeah, the values are coming down.
Well, because
Home
it's
values
Pennsylvania.
Because of that crack house on Pennsylvania
Well,
Avenue.
you can tie in the hobos because it is Washington, D.C. So you tie in the hobos with the Pennsylvania Avenue home values. Yeah. There's a lot going on in D.C.
There
home
is.
values, I tell you.
All right, that's going to wrap up our top headlines of the week. More satire next time. Katie.
All right. Well, hey, if you are a fan of this show, hopefully you are if you're still watching us. Thank you, by the way. Could you like, comment, share this video if you're watching us out there? Now, for David and myself, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for supporting this show. Until next time, please do stay educated.